Hello everybody, I'm Carmen Harra. So excited to be with you. It's around 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time in Miami, and I'm thinking about you all, and I've been reflecting like everybody about what's happening in the world, and we are living very interesting times. And I remember myself talking about the world changing suddenly overnight. And I remember myself writing in my books about the collapse of the financial system and a definite change in the world that will be so dramatic. I never realized that the way it's going to happen is through this experiment with this virus. I personally think it was created in a lab. That's just my feeling. I may be wrong. It doesn't matter. What matters is that there is a virus way worse than this virus. There is a virus more contagious than coronavirus. There is a virus more damaging than this virus. So what is it? It's called panic. It's called fear. It's called anxiety. It's called allowing ourselves to be so trapped in this negative emotion that we don't know what to do. We can't dissociate left from right because our neurotransmitters, the hormone in the brain, will paralyze the way we function. The adrenaline is going to go to the roof. The norepinephrine is going to go to the roof. And you might even end up having a heart attack or have a stroke because you're so scared and you're so anxious about these events in the world. And if you watch TV, you have plenty of reason to get more and more and more afraid. But fear is, as I said, contagious. It's not going to do anything good for us. We have to think, take a step back. We have to breathe and reflect. What is exactly happening and why is it happening? Because everything that's happening has actually a reason. What is the reason for this? Why are we going through this together? Why are we forced to stay home and introspect? Who are we? What are we exactly here for? And what are we learning? What is the lesson that needs to be learned? And I think the fact that we are so overwhelmed and incapable to distinguish left from right is because we've been disconnected from nature, from ourselves, from our essential truth, from who we are as visitors on planet Earth. We've been completely lost in this universe, and we couldn't come together. That's the major truth. We are forced to see each other now with different eyes other than through Instagram or through the computer or through all kinds of apps and applications. We are forced not to take only pictures and look good and wait to be liked. We are forced to understand that there's something greater than us, that there's something within ourselves that needs to be healed, that there's something within ourselves that needs to be repaired, that we need to come as one, as a collective mind of planet Earth, that we all are into this together because we all suffer. We all are affected. And we are affected because there's something that went wrong for a period of time. And there is a major lesson that we are learning. A major lesson that says planet Earth is our best friend. Planet Earth is supporting us, is loving us, is helping us to live the life that we are living right now. What are we doing to Earth for a while? What are we doing to ourselves? What are we disconnected from our true nature? We disconnected from nature. We're not the souls who live to locate planet Earth 100 years ago. We don't have the same belief system. We don't have the same principle. Everything is distorted. So we have the ability to reconnect. We have the ability to love each other. We have the ability to come together. We have the ability to understand our divine nature. We have the ability to break through this. We have the ability to envision what is happening to us and see beyond the moment, which actually is not going to take long. I don't think this coronavirus is the end of us. I don't think humanity will end because of a virus, because it never did. We went through way more difficult situations through centuries of evolution, and we always survive, and we'll survive this one. And at a deeper analysis, we have to learn from it, like we always did. And we have to emerge stronger and healthier and better as human beings, with a bigger hearts, you know, with giving to each other, with being more self-sufficient. We have to become self-sufficient, because what's going to really happen as a result of this is something else that needed to happen. A collapse of a broken system, a collapse of this economy and of this so-called market, and all of this that was just for a group of people, and the majority of the world struggle. Majority of the people on earth were struggling with poverty, with suffering. Why? Because some people, you know, were dominating in secret society and ruling this world. We don't need that anymore. That's the end of it. This is what's going to come out of this coronavirus. There's a world that will be different. There's a better world. You know, the foundation of our life was financial. Do we have to live the same way we lived for all these years, or can we redefine life on earth? And life on earth will never be the same after this. These are big words. This is a huge prediction. But I made this prediction 20-something years ago, and I said the day will come when the market will crash. The day will come when the financial institution might crash. The day will come, life on earth will be different, built on different principles. And that day came, it's here. As much as we will overcome this virus, we will not be able, you know, to repair the damage done to the financial system, because we will go into a big depression. Probably the worst we've ever lived. Probably we never ever experienced anything like this. When I heard yesterday that the New York Stock Exchange just closed, that's unprecedented. We never had something like this in history. So things have happened that never happened before. Things came overnight. What's interesting about when the universe forces us to regroup, forces us to reconstruct life, it happens suddenly. It happens overnight. And we're not prepared. We haven't been prepared for something like this. And all we are afraid of and terrified of is the virus, when in fact there are way more other underlying situation coming as a result of this virus. And the virus that's actually invading the heart and the mind of every living creature on earth is actually fear. The fear of not knowing what to do next. Well, let's regroup. Let's come together. Let's meditate together. Let's start by loving each other. Let's start by looking in each other's life and telling each other we're going to be okay. Let's send good energy. Let's find out how beautiful our hearts are. And we have to stop hating each other and being ungrateful. So it's a moment of reflection. And this moment of reflection will last as long as we need to wake up. Because humanity is waking up. The collective mind of planet Earth is waking up. This is a wake-up call. This is something telling all of us, you have to rethink the way you live. And probably you have to go back in time the way our grandparents used to live when they had their backyards. They have their way of planting plants and having, their self-sufficient way of living. And probably we will be forced to live that way in the future, because if with a crash of a monetary system, which I want you to consider thinking for a second how possible that is under the circumstance of what's happening today. Debbie, you asking me whether carbon 60 can help. Absolutely, carbon 60 can help. But believe it or not, there is medication that can actually help us with this virus. And there's medication that exists out there right now. But because we're so scared, we have no idea. We have no idea what to do and how to do with the hospital. And we have leaders of the world. I mean, our leader, commander-in-chief, said something like, I can't believe what I heard yesterday. I don't know if you heard it or it's only me hearing this, but I was like in such state of shock. And we need leadership, because one of the things that will emerge out of this is that we don't have leaders that we believe in. So our president said people are dying that never died before. Have you ever heard anything like it? So I'm not blaming or judging politicians right now. I'm just saying we need wisdom. We need people in position of power who are wise, who can give us hope, who can make us feel secure, who have a vision of the world. We need visionary. They exist since the dawn of time. Through centuries of evolution, humanity always had people with the ability to transcend time and see beyond situations like this. We don't have those people. And if they exist, we don't acknowledge them. Believe it or not, this virus was anticipated in a book called The Eye of Evil in 1981. Precisely, that book says this virus will actually come from Wuhan. 40 years ago almost, Sylvia Brown, who was brilliant, she was a brilliant, intuitive woman. She talked about this, and she also says something very interesting. She said in 2020, there will be a virus associated with the lungs and the bronchial tube, and this virus will come suddenly, but as suddenly as it comes, suddenly will go away, but it will come back. Now, I always thought there will be another virus in the next 5 years, and that's going to be way more dramatic than this one. So are we prepared? Is this just a wake-up call saying, hey, hello, there's something happening in this world, but are you prepared for a repetition? Because it's talking about the law of karma. Something that happened to us might happen to us before. Like, we cannot get rid of viruses. We cannot get rid of things that happen to us because they continue to come back. But we take control over. So this virus will go away. My opinion, in 2 months, we'll find ways of getting rid of it, but will not recover from the damage caused by this epidemic. And the sad part is that we will have to rethink how we're going to handle it in the future, because this virus might come back. But then it might go away probably forever. That has been said by Sylvia Brown. So I give this woman all the credit, and I give all the credit to the people who can see beyond this moment and anticipate where we're going from here. We need to meditate and open the mind of the subconscious part of the brain to where the world is going. I want you to understand that this is not the end of us, and we will survive this, and we will emerge stronger and better. And just don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid, and don't panic, and don't buy all the toilet paper in the world, because that's so crazy. That is crazy. Crazy behavior. And I want to tell you that we influence each other. The neurons in the brain, are designed to be influenced by other person's neurons in the brain. So if you down, your spouse might be down, and your kids will. So keep your spirit up. Don't allow yourself to be demoralized and confused. This is no time to be confused. This is not time to be scared. This is time to find solutions. And we can only do it if we are together. If we are not together, if we're not helping each other, if we're not applying the wisdom, then we're going to make it harder, and the process will take longer. So let's heal. Let's heal together. Let's come together. Let's heal together. Let's be a force of nature. by uniting. This is meant to unite us. This is not meant to destroy us. We're not going to be destroyed by a virus. That is not the way of thinking. Remember the positive affirmation. You have to tell yourself every single day, you're going to be okay, you're healthier than ever, and you're not going to be affected by this, and you will take all the necessary precaution to survive this. And think of everything that you've been told, from washing your hands, be careful where you go, stay inside in a constructive way, stay inside your home and think of everything that's beautiful. Remember all the beautiful things. Read an inspiring book. I don't have to tell you what you need, because you know better what you need to do. Some of us, we really need time to reflect. It's good to go inward and find yourself. It's an opportunity to repair all those broken elements in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. So oneness, togetherness, holiness. I wrote a book called Holiness that talks exactly about what's happening right now, how broken we are, and we will be forced to come as one. Whole and ness is two words. Holy and holiness. So there's two words that I combined when I wrote my book Holiness. I should say around 11 years ago, anticipating that this might happen to us. And when this happens, the opportunity, we need to embark on it. We need to make the most of it, and we need to smile and be happy again. But redefining the world we are living in is the reason that I'm doing this live. We need to reconstruct this world. We need to put the pieces of the puzzle together and create that unity I'm talking about. So, Madalena, I'm sending you love. Valerie Brown, thank you for watching me. Andrea, Monica, and all of you. Joel, Brigitte, Alina from London. I'm so grateful that you guys are watching me, and I hope if you have something, the lesson is to go back to your roots. That's true. To go back to who you are, to go back to the beliefs that we had hundreds of years ago, when we believed in the power of the nature. We believed that we can be healed by nature, that we believed in Mother Earth. We believed that we honor our trees, we honor the planet, and now we're not doing any of this. All we have is our cellulars and sending text messages and putting pictures. It's like we're losing our wisdom. We're losing essential things for our well-being. Roxana, I don't really think anything is bad with you, but with your mother, all I can say is that she will get better. I don't think it's a time to go to hospitals, by the way. I think we should, unless really necessary, I think we should stay home and avoid crowded places and hospitals, because I really believe, my love, that for your mother, I don't recommend necessarily a visit to the emergency room. Hi, Monica, Roman, how are you? So, yeah, carbon 60 is really helpful because it repairs the extremities of the cell, which are the telomeres. So it's that miraculous element of nature that prolongs life and prevents any form of diseases. The only thing is that this kind of a virus, we have no knowledge about it. And all we know is that this virus is so tricky because it affects the bronchial tube. It goes straight into your lungs, and it causes so much damage. It causes pneumonia overnight. And apparently, people who have a sensitivity with the breathing system, they might actually die. But the mortality rate is still not that alarming. And if we control it, we will be able in a matter of 2 months to take control over this. But then we will need a way longer time to recover. And the recovery is mental. The recovery is economic. The recovery is even political, believe it or not. You will see so many changes in the next 13 years that you haven't seen on Earth in 100 years. So Life on earth will never be the same. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm very grateful that you give me the opportunity to tell you what I think about what's happening with us. And I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I'm very confident that this is for our own good. Sometimes we go through chaos to create progress. So this is a state of chaos that will lead to evolution, will lead to progress. I'm Carmen Harra, and I love you, and stay safe, and God bless all of you. And God bless the world, you know, and God bless planet Earth, and God bless our wisdom, you know, and our families and our children, the future of the world. Let's not scare them, and try to stay strong. Find your strength within yourself, and believe in the divine, that there's a divine plan, there's a divine order, there is a higher force watching over us. Let's connect with this divinity within us and the divinity above, and we should not be afraid of anything. I love you. God bless you, all of you.